Hey guys, what's up? I'm here. It's my first story time. You guys asked for it. You guys are gonna get it. I took a vote, and you guys wanted to hear scary stories, so I think I'll say a couple because I don't really know which to pick. So this first one that I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm sorry about the table. This first one that I will be telling you guys has to do with me, my brother, and my sister. If you guys don't know, my all of us are a year apart. So my brother's younger, and then it's my sister. So when we were around, I think I was 19, my brother was 18, and my sister was 17. We usually would stay at the house alone on Sundays because my mom would go out. So it was a Sunday and we were home alone. We're watching TV, we're just chilling, da da da. And like our living room is kind of like connected to our kitchen, so like we could see the kitchen wall was red, like really red, and then a smoke detector went off, but it went off like it was drained, like the battery was drained. It was weird. It was like a fucked up sound, to be honest. And for some reason I'm always the one to get up and check, and we're watching a movie, all three of us were in the living room, and I didn't get up. So then my brother decides to get up, and he's like, oh shoot, it's a fire. So he goes around the corner and he starts freaking out, and he's like, get out the house, get out the house. And my sister's like, why? Us thinking it's a fire. So my sister runs that way, and she didn't see nothing in the kitchen. And my brother runs to the room and grabs like these swords he has, and he's like, get out the house. And we're like, what the hell? And he's like, there's a demon, there's a demon. So we're like, what the hell? We're so freaked out, we ran out the house. Mind you, my mom comes home late as hell, and it was like not even close to her coming home. So we were scared. He went to check out the little fire detector thing, and there wasn't even batteries in it, so how could it be even sounding? And we're like, you're tripping, you're just tripping, I don't you want, you tripping. He's like, no, that's what I seen. And my sister's like, I didn't see nothing, but she looked towards the window and not towards like the laundry room. And my brother was like, yeah, there was something there. So then we're all freaked out. And we go back in the house, and we're in the living room. We're like, okay, we're gonna chill. We hear an airplane pass by with like almost the same noise, and we all run out. And he's like, no, it's not it, it's just an airplane. And we're all scared, like super scared. And we don't really get scared like that, but he was like determined that he saw like an actual demon or something. He said it looked like the Lord of the Rings dude. And I was like, what the heck? So then 5 minutes later, my mom comes home and my dad, and we're like, why are you guys home so early? They're like, oh, we just decided to come home, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what the heck? Like, we got lucky, and we're so scared. And we let them know. And they were like, you tripping, you just on something. But God, the thing is that the week before that, my sister-in-law had moved states, and where she lived was like an old asylum. So the hallways were like, they were creepy, to be honest. The locks were on the outside of the door. It was crazy. And we had to go because my brother had told my dad that he wanted to get some stuff from her house that she had left. So he was like, okay. So we brought that stuff, and where he said he saw like the thing disappear into was where her stuff was at. And that place where she lived at was known to be very, like, I'm not gonna say haunted, but like weird stuff would happen. So my mom was like, oh, it's probably in the clothes, it's probably in the clothes, it's probably something that came with the clothes or something. So then she just put holy water and saged everything, and yeah, we never seen that. But every time I see my brother and I tell him, remember when Hector saw a demon? He just laughs, and he's like, yeah. He's like, but I swear I saw like something go there. So creepy. The next one I'm gonna be telling you guys is not mine, but it's my dad's. He is from Mexico, part of Mexico where to this day they don't have paved roads. They don't have electricity outside the house. So everything out there is dark. It's like a rancho. So he grew up there, and he was saying that when he was younger, he used to have like a neighbor, and this neighbor would have a grandson, so he would play with him daily, but nobody would want to go to the house because that kid's grandmother was a witch. So everybody was like scared of her. Incluso there was people telling my dad like, don't go to the house, it's bad. They would tell my grandma, don't let him go to the house, that's bad, da da da. And my dad would just shrug it off because she never did anything to him, you know. It was playing with his grandchild. Al contrario, le dijo like, hey, like, thank you for playing with him. She gave him like 3 bands, like rubber bands on his leg, and he literally has not taken them off. He still has them to this day, and they're supposed to be like protection thing. And one day she gave him a little like medalla like for his neck. So he was wearing it, and he would go into the forest, and around the forest he said there was always weird shit happening there. And like, it sounds crazy, but in Mexico weird stuff does happen. Like, weird stuff happens, especially like in those remote areas. So he said one time he went into the forest, and he seen this really tall guy, extremely tall guy. He was old and with a beard, kind of like Gandalf. And he was saying that he told them, who gave you that necklace? You should take it off. It's hurting us. And my dad was like, oh, my friend gave it to me. He was like, take it off, take it off. And he was like, I'm not going to take it off. So then he just left. Because he was hunting rabbits. My dad would just go hunt rabbits. And not even hunters would go into those woods because people would go missing, or they wouldn't come out of there, or they'll get like confused and get lost for days. So my dad would go in there to hunt rabbits because there were these really big rabbits. So around that time that happened, he was like, okay, one day I'm gonna leave the medallion on the tree. So he left it on a tree, and he was walking, he was all happy, and he was hunting this huge rabbit. And this huge rabbit was like leading him like into the woods deeper and deeper. And so once he got close to the rabbit enough to see it, he realized that the rabbit was super big, like the size of a dog, and it had really red eyes. And he was like, oh shoot. He was like, this is not a normal rabbit. And he just started thinking like, okay, I should go back. And the rabbit starts talking to him. And this is true. This is so true. There's people that say it has happened to them. It's owls, rabbits, giant cats, giant dogs. And he started just talking to him and telling him stuff, and my dad just didn't listen and ran away. And he goes home and he tells his dad, he's like, Apá andaba cazando rabbits y uno me empezó a hablar y dijo, te persiguió, y dijo, no, pues I don't know. And he was like, ese era el diablo hablándote por el, like the rabbit was the devil talking to him. I was like, what the heck? What the heck? And he was like, he would often go hunting into those woods with his dad. Well, his dad wouldn't really go, because I'm telling you, nobody would go in there. But my dad, he was a mocoso, travieso, so he would go. He didn't really think nothing of it. Nothing would ever happen to him. He would see stuff, but like, it wouldn't register. My dad has always been a calm person. Like, even to this day, like, something really, really, really traumatizing would happen in front of us, and he calm as day, like, no reaction, kind of slide off. Maybe that's why I'm like that too. But yeah, this story, my dad said that he was hunting rabbits with his dad, which is my grandpa. So they go into the woods, and nobody likes to go into that part of the woods because there was a lady that lived in the house, and it was said that this lady killed her husband and killed her child and ate them for power, because she's had sold her soul to the devil or something. So they would say that she lived over there, and she would just wander there, and they would see her, and so nobody would go there. But my dad was like, okay, we're gonna go hunt rabbits there. Nothing's gonna happen to us. So they're hunting, and my dad kind of starts following a rabbit, and he runs into a really tall lady, and she's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, oh, well, I'm hunting rabbits. And my dad already had 2 in his bag, and he was like, oh, you have 2 already? My dad's like, yeah, I want this one too. And she was like, okay, just take this one and go, it's getting late. And my dad was like, yeah, it is. He was like, ¿qué estás cazando? He was like, conejos para comer. And the lady responds to him, yo también estoy cazando para comer. And my dad was like, okay, whatever. So then he gets his rabbit, and he goes to my grandpa, and my grandpa's like, well, where did you go? I was looking for you. She was like, oh, I ran into a really tall lady. And my grandpa turns, and he sees her like kind of behind a tree, just staring. And he's like, oh my god, we gotta go now. And he was like, what did he tell you? And he starts saying, oh, well, she told me that she's hunting to eat too. And he goes pale. And they book into the car, and they start like running to the car. And he's like, I'm never again coming to this part of the woods. And he told my dad, don't ever come to this part of the woods again. And they get in the car, and they go home. And my dad was like, it didn't really register until I found out the backstory of everything that went on. Okay, guys, so that's the end of my stories. If you want to see more, hear more, I'll for sure make another video, but this video is long enough. So hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.